name is Reflexology and Reiki, and today I have a slightly different type of video, and it's going to be about self-reflexology and acupressure for stress and uncertainty, because right now it's not possible to see clients, and also I'm not able to go to my appointments either that I had scheduled. So this is some nice little tips and techniques that you can use at home on yourself, or you could even use them with a family member. And these points all go back to reducing stress and any type of stress, anxiety, anger, frustration that goes along with the uncertainty that I know that a lot of people have felt like they've been on a roller coaster. And this sequence kind of helps to kind of calm the body and bring you back down to that place of calmness. So I am going to do a little sequence. It's going to be very short. But you could, if you end up liking one of these points that it really works for you, you could just do that one point. And the best part of this is that most of these points you can do absolutely anywhere and nobody will even know that you're doing self-reflexology or acupressure. All right, so we're going to get started. The first one is on the forehead. So you want to go to this place in between your eyebrows and just do some circles. This is called the yin tang point and also the third eye point. So it's really nice to close your eyes and just do some circles. And I'm going to run through this a little bit quickly, but you can spend more time on all of these points. So the next one is on the hand. I'm going to start with my left hand just because I'm right-handed, but you can pick whichever hand you want to start on. And we're going to do little circles on the side of the thumb. And this is also the third eye point on the hand. A colleague of mine calls it third eye love. Okay. And once we've done that, we're going to move on to a reflexology point, which is the diaphragm, which is a straight line across here. I use my thumb, but it's a lot easier to show with the index finger, but if you want to go back and forth with the index finger, that's fine. I usually use my thumb. And the interesting part about this one is this one's very helpful because sometimes we forget to breathe. I know that probably sounds very silly, but if you notice that you're sighing or if you're yawning, that's a sign that you're shallow breathing because the sighing is, it's a big exhale. And the yawning, which I could do if I've already tried to do it twice and I can't do it on command. So yawning is a large inhale, so that's showing that you're not inhaling completely. So that's something you can pay attention to, and when you go across the diaphragm, that's like some nice deep breaths. Okay, the next one we're going to do is we're going to work with the fingers. So you can start with any of the fingers. I'm going to start with the thumb, and what you're going to do is you just kind of like rotate it around and pull up. And there's lots of reflex points on the fingers, the brain, the sinus. So if you want to do like the top, which would be more the brain and sinus, you can give some extra love there. And then you can go on to the next finger. And you can just take your time. And this is something you can do at any point during the day if you're feeling stressed out, and nobody's going to know what you're doing. That's the best part about it. And then over to the pinky. There we go. And then on to our last point, which is in the middle of the palm. So a good way to find it is if you take your palm and kind of squeeze it, and then kind of go down in the middle. And what's really nice with this point, if you can take a nice deep breath and release it when you're exhaling. Just release it, give it a little tap. And you can totally, if you're working on yourself, you can just do it on one hand. That's okay. Usually you're not lopsided when you do it on yourself, but it's actually a lot better if you do it on the second hand as well. And especially if you're working on somebody that you are staying with, a family member, it is good to do it on both sides when you're working with somebody else. So you would start the sequence again, starting with the forehead and going through all the points. So I hope that this helps to keep us more into that calm with the roller coaster of emotions that we're dealing with. This is actually a project that I started a few months ago, So I'm really excited to keep doing these type of videos with some self-reflexology, acupressure, and Ayurveda advice. So I'm very excited. If you have any ideas of what you want to see, any little simple sequences to do at home, please either message me, put it in the comments. I would love to hear your feedback, and I hope to see you soon. Stay safe.